What's up, you guys? It's Eileen. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be answering a bunch of your NYU questions, and I'm gonna be giving you guys my personal feedback as a student and telling you stuff I wish I knew before applying that they don't really tell you. So if you guys want to see that, then keep watching. The first question is, what is your major? So I'm currently a 4th year at NYU Tandon studying biomolecular sciences in the pre-med track, and I'm also pursuing a master's in biotechnology. So I'm in the BS/MS program at Tandon. I don't know if that's something universal throughout all NYU schools, because NYU has like a lot of schools. I do know that NYU Tandon has the BS/MS program, where basically you apply your sophomore year. You have to have a few requirements, one of them being 3.5 or higher GPA, and I think the amount of credits that you need to have by sophomore year. And once you apply, if you get approved, you start taking master classes your senior year. I'm currently a senior, so that's what I'm doing. This is my spring semester, and I've currently taken 2 master classes, and they're actually really interesting and got me thinking about like different career paths. Studying abroad. One of the main reasons I applied to Tandon is because it has so many schools everywhere and you can study abroad. It has like Tisch, the performing arts school, the nursing school, Stern, the business school, Shanghai, CAS, NYU Tandon, which is the school I go to. However, they don't tell you that depending on your major, you don't really get the flexibility of studying abroad. So for me, I wanted to study abroad in Dubai, but I wasn't given the option. Well, not that I wasn't given the option, it's just more difficult given my major. To study abroad, I would basically have to rearrange my whole schedule, and I personally like didn't want to do that because I'd be like a senior taking a class I was supposed to take sophomore year and vice versa, and I wanted to be on track for my curriculum, you know. But I do have friends that have studied abroad, and like I know 1 or 2 people that from Tandon that studied abroad. The reason why you don't have the flexibility of studying abroad with certain majors is because Tandon doesn't accept the credits of a class from other schools if it's not its own. You know what I mean? So like, for example, there's some labs that they said that I have to take at Tandon and I can't take anywhere else. So if I did want to study abroad, I would have to rearrange, take all my HUSs, all my tech electives 1 semester, and then the next semester, or whenever I come back, I would take all my labs and all the core requisites, I think that's what it's called. And yeah, I wanted to be on track, so I didn't do that. How close is your dorm to Tandon campus? Also, do you have to take that 1-hour commute every day? So I personally am a commuter. I'm not a dormer. I've never dormed at Tandon. Do I wish I dormed? Yes and no. I feel like your dorming experience, that's pretty much your college experience. However, I'm pretty happy with my college experience. I think college is what you make of it. Like, yeah, you're pursuing a degree, but what you do on your own time that's entirely up to you. Like, a dormer could stay in their dorm doing nothing, or they can go out and have fun. Same thing with a commuter. It's just, you know, different circumstances. You just go home to different locations. But I do have friends that are dormers, and I would say it is easier for them to make friends just because you're living with people who are also in your classes. But there are a lot of opportunities to make friends. You know, there's like clubs, there's a cafeteria in Jasper, there's in class, like you guys are both taking the same class, you both need help struggling or whatever, you build a bond based on that. I personally made my friends through just putting myself out there and going to a lot of clubs and a lot of events. Okay, the next question is, do you know how good Tandon is with merit scholarships. So I personally have a full scholarship to attend Tandon. That's one of also the reasons I attended, because I knew I didn't want to graduate in debt. You know, I wanted to graduate with my degree and that's it. I didn't want to be paying for something years later. Something that they don't tell you is that tuition goes up every year. Nothing like crazy, but like it does go up like 1,000 something every year. So my freshman year, they were actually paying me to attend Tandon because my scholarship was more than the cost of attendance. And now that I'm a senior, since it's been going up, now I have to pay out of pocket. However, if you don't like your financial package, you can ask Bursar or the financial aid department to repackage you. That's actually what I did this year. To be honest, you just have to ask questions and there's always going to be someone to help you. But if you stay quiet, then like there's resources, you just have to utilize them. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Tutoring. So yes, attending engineering school is not the easiest. I went from being like one of the smart kids in high school to coming into a college where literally everyone they're genius. And you know, coming in is just like, wow, I don't stand out anymore. But you have to make yourself stand out, you know? You're gonna see people who literally come from all of the, what do you call those things? There's gonna be people from like specialized high school who are like intelligent. You have people that are like coming international, also really smart. The curriculum is not the easiest. Definitely my freshman year, that hit me like a brick, because high school is very different from college. From like the way it's from the relationship with your teachers or your professors to like the material and how you study, everything's completely different. But there are resources, like I said, you know, there's a whole tutoring center in Tandon that's just, there's tutors there who've taken the classes, who have the material and are there to help you. Also, professors have office hours you can attend, and honestly it's very important that you do go to those office hours just to build a relationship with them. Because I think college, like, yeah, you're going to get a degree, but college is also important to network. You need to build these networks because you don't know in the future when you're gonna need them. Along the lines with tutoring, how are the teachers? Honestly, some teachers are good, some teachers not so good, but I feel like that's universal throughout all colleges. Like, I remember, I think this was like my sophomore year. It was during finals week and we had an exam, and there's literally a guy, I think it was a guy, he got a nosebleed during the exam and they didn't let him leave. They said, if you leave, like, we have to terminate your exam. And he was literally taking his exam with a napkin in his hand, literally bleeding on the paper, on the floor, just bleeding. And instances like that, like, I don't know, I just feel like before being a teacher, you are a person. Like, this kid is bleeding, like, it's not like he's faking it, like, you know. But like, you could have just gone to the bathroom with him and see everything that he's doing, so that you don't have any doubt in your mind that like he's doing this for another reason, like cheating. That was literally the only case that there was this other time, this teacher, all the kids agreed, or the students agreed, that the way he was teaching just wasn't beneficial to us because we weren't learning things. But there are surveys at the end of the class, at the end of the semester, that the students fill out, and it's for feedback on, you know, what worked for us, what didn't work for us, so that they can fix it for the next semester. For the most part, the professors, I really liked them. There were only 2 professors that I just mentioned that I was just like, but literally all the other ones, very understanding, like the way they teach, very entertaining. The next question is the education opportunities worth it? I would say yes. Let's start with education. So basically, the way you're taught at Tandon is different from other schools because they teach you in a way so that what you learn can be applied in the real world. Like I remember my freshman year, I was taking bio 2 and we were learning about the structures of trees and like fish and like all evolution of that. And the way they taught it, it's so that the structures of the trees can be applied to like structures of buildings, you know. And so that's like a very unique way of teaching it, because it's very much applied to the real world. Like you're just not learning about the basics, you know. And since it is an engineering school, they do that to like most of the classes. Like I remember my freshman year we had to take EG 1001, I think it was called, and it's like basically a class where at the end of the semester you have to invent something. And the homework for that class, each day we had to come up with 5 new inventions a day. And that really makes you think, because you would think that, like, you know, there's already enough things invented. It like stimulates, you know, like what can I make as a product and sell out. And there were people that had some really good ideas, talking about like cleaning up the ocean with this, a whole bunch of stuff. My idea was biodegradable cigarettes, because I personally dislike when people like they smoke and then they store it on the floor and it's just polluting the streets. So my idea was to create a biodegradable like, you know, the paper where the tobacco is in is biodegradable, so after it smokes, the environment naturally just degrades it, and so you won't have those cigarette butts. Oh, and also the cigarette that I said would have synthetic tobacco, so that it wasn't doing, like, it doesn't do as much harm to the person. Obviously those things are like easier said than done. You would have to actually do research on that to see if it can actually work. Oh, opportunities. Yeah, there are opportunities. You just have to like ask for them. Like for example, my bio teacher was the head department of my major, so I was in his class raising my hand, went to his office hours. He knew my name, so when it came to applying to jobs, my name stood out on the application, and that's how I was like a work study. I was a TA for like 2 years. I was a research assistant under him for a summer, for like a year, my freshman year. Are there on-campus jobs available for master's students? Like I said, I was a TA. They do have like, you could be a TA. So there are on-campus jobs. There's a website where you apply to them. It's called like Handshake, I think. And it basically shows you all the jobs available on campus, and then you just have to apply. If you know the professor, you can email them personally so that they know who you are and they know that you're interested. Yeah. Is the environment difficult? Definitely not difficult. Well, at the beginning, freshman year, I found it very difficult just because the transition from high school to college is very different. Like, high school is nothing like college. But overall, I think if you just find your friends and honestly find a place where you belong, that makes it easier for you. But yeah, these are just some of the questions that I wanted to answer. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer, then comment down below, and I'll probably make a part 2 to answer questions if I get enough questions. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to be notified when I post a new video. And yeah, bye.